Hi, I'm about to show you the hot air balloon lab, or balloon racers, whatever you want to call it. This lab is again to test and reinforce Newton's laws, specifically action-reaction, Newton's third law. This is a great one for Newton's third law as well. All right, so what kids will be using today is they will be using a straw. They will have pennies. I have done it with paper clips, but the force was too strong. This pennies have enough mass for what I'm about to show you. Balloons. Please do not let your students walk out with balloons. I know I'm telling you the obvious, just don't, the bus drivers. And they will also need small cups. Now, we have improvised in the past, so you can as well. You can cut off the bottom of a larger cup if that's all you have. You can use small little cups that are used for sauces, I think. What you're going to do is have your students, or you can do it ahead of time, it's completely up to you, but you want 3 roughly equally spaced holes that are punched right at the top of the cup. So make sure it's a cup you can punch a hole in, go a little ways down, just like that. So, and you're going to make 3 of them, just like that. This lab is great with two students or three student groups. It's up to you. 4 is a little too much, but you can if you'd like that. What I have them do, no specific measurement, but if you like to give them a specific, sometimes it can almost be a little constraining, but you could say 6 to 8 inches, and they're going to tie that string like this. They are going to tie that string, and I believe you have this string in your packets. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's all-purpose, and I found it's like a twine. It works really well. And that's what I used on my other labs up to this point in these demonstrations. So 6 to 8 inches are good, as long as in the end they just cut them to the same length. So it's easier to do that than to worry that they're tying the same length off. All right, so what you're going to do is not tie off your balloon. You're going to have the students blow up a balloon, and they're going to try each trial to get it about the same size. I have had students measure around the size, the diameter of their balloons, so that for each trial they can be as consistent as possible. All right, my coworkers suggested, and it was a great suggestion, that we close pin the end while we get everything else set up. This actually makes it real easy. They will have to work as teams in this one. Take the straw and hold it at the top of the balloon. Their partner will get a piece of tape, and one is fine, and they're going to tape down the straw at what should be the top of the balloon. Okay, so I use the length of my classroom, not the length, the width of my classroom. You decide what distance you want their balloon track to be, but I would suggest doing it the length of your classroom, because some of their balloons travel quite far, and you don't want them to not be able to get an accurate measurement. So what we do is, next, your students will thread the straw. I'll do it the other way so I can show you better. They thread the straw with the string. One student will hold the end of the string, and they'll keep it taut or tight. It should be connected to a door handle, maybe a cabinets in your room, whatever you want to use. You decide according to your room design. All right, so now you've got the balloon on its track, so to speak. What they're going to do is they're going to add this little basket, almost like the bottom of a hot air balloon. We have a staff lady at our school who actually is a pilot of a hot air balloon. So we are hoping this year that, we're hoping this year that she is able to bring it, and we'll have this discussion before we do this lab, somewhere around it. All right, this is a little tricky, but they'll get it. My students got it, I'm sure yours will. but as a team, they're going to connect the little basket to the bottom of their balloon. Thank you. As level as possible. Again, one piece of tape. This usually takes one, almost 2 class periods because of the results and, again, the graphing at the end. So they can run all their tests, get all their tests run for the first day that you do this lab. Okay. All right, so we've got the basket. Doesn't look perfect, but it's okay. It really doesn't have to. We start using 1 penny, so we're gonna add mass each time. And then your students are going to, obviously, they're going to measure how far the balloon travels with the specific amount of mass. I use, if you have triple balance beams in your classroom, or if you can provide them with the mass of a penny, it's good for them to have some kind of comprehension for how much mass is being added. So I would do that as well. All right, so you let go of the balloon and let it go. And then students will measure how far it went. A great tip as well is we have tiles that we have pre-measured in my classroom. So a lot of times they don't even have to measure the whole distance using their yardstick. By the way, we're using meters and centimeters again. But we can often use the tiles, count them, figure out how much that is, obviously, and then add any additional we can record in centimeters. And that is almost it. Please make sure they chart it. They're going to chart 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 pennies, 3 trials each or more if you want to. And then they can graph their results if you would like that as well. And make sure that they also complete the post-lab questions and also give you kind of a recall on independent, dependent, control all the variables. Thank you.